can you clarify a little bit? Last time you talked about, for extensions, moving from the center out. I kind of, let me tell you what my interpretation was, and you can correct me as needed. To me, it looked like what you were saying is, if I have to consider a certain amount of forearm rotation in the context of extensions, because if I'm doing all finger, that's going to be different and more tense than if I'm, positioned and then doing.
The thing is, if you are thinking from the center, you have this. If you're thinking from here, you lose a little bit of extension here. You know? Because the minute you rotate, now the hand is
you
leaning.
kind of drag the fingers this way.
So everything moves this way, and then the extension you lose. Meanwhile, if I do this, I maximize this.
Now again, correct me if I'm wrong, but you repositioned with the forearm rotation when you did that just now.
Depending. Let me see, I'm doing this, and then...
You might also do this one too, right? Okay.
Both of them, depending on the extension. The idea is still like, look.
So this is why Kevin said that order of maybe rather than thinking of, so last time I said I wanted to think of extensions in like an order of operations, like you position with this one, you position with rotation, and then you position with the wrist.
You live with the hand and then let everything else fall into place.
But that's why Kevin didn't like that. He said like, it's kind of like, what's the context? Would you say, rather than thinking of it as an order of operations from largest to smallest, it's more like, these are your tools, what combination do you need to...
Correct, that's what leads everything else. Was your elbow for that position. Because there are people that play like Lorenzo Micheli, he likes playing this, and then he does extension this way. But that makes this, for me, very weak.
Yeah.
And I don't like that versus this. Sometimes I need some of that, like... I need a stability. So... And if I do frontal, it's very unstable. Here, it gets more grounded.
And that's for that whole thing of like sound. Does it sound the way I want it to? Does it feel right tension-wise? Does it feel stable? It's all kind of...
See, here versus this. This is all of the air, very unstable. Here, so that because depending on the passage or what you need. But if I have this. And if I do this, I cannot reach. I have to be from the center out. Whatever it is, I don't remember. Then here. So here I cannot do that.
Yeah.
Because also I'm going across 6th string to 1st string versus 1st string to 6th string. This I can do this, here I cannot. Because
so
the finger doesn't reach.
That's why presentation is such a fundamental concept, because it sort of then sets up everything. Like you can't think of slurs, given what you just said, without thinking of that. That's interesting. Okay.
I'm not sure how to put that in writing, but...
That's what I'm here for, buddy. Hopefully, cross your fingers. So maybe rather than saying moving from the center out, it's more like, and again, correct me as needed, but I kind of think of it as like you have all these different, you have this positioning, you have the forearm rotation, you have the wrist. So maybe rather than saying from the center out, it's a little bit more helpful to say like all your tools have to be considered when making a decision about slurs, and it's or extensions.
Or extensions.
And it's contextual.